What happens after we die? It's a question that has puzzled humanity since the dawn of consciousness. Let's take a deep dive into the nature of existence after our earthly lives. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A man arrives at this place, which is a familiar routine. Every visit brings a unique and significant narrative. Sometimes tears roll down his cheeks while touching expensive and inexpensive fabrics, each with its distinct aroma. On other occasions, he has brought along friends to accompany him. Wailing is something he does with great emotion. You left just as I had received you. Right from the hospital bed, you appeared and then left with your mother. He whispers to the gravestone, the words heavy with loss and longing. This scene, repeated countless times across generations and cultures, reflects our deep need to connect with those who have passed. But what truly lies beyond this life? Many philosophies and religions offer answers. In ancient Egypt, the journey to the afterlife was mapped out with precision. The soul faced trials and judgments, ultimately seeking the favor of Osiris. In Hinduism, death is a transition, a step in the endless cycle of reincarnation governed by karma. Each life is a lesson, a chance for the soul to attain moksha or liberation. But what about the scientific perspective? Modern science often focuses on the physical aspects of death. The cessation of bodily functions, the brain's shutdown. Yet some scientists explore the idea of consciousness beyond death. Near-death experiences, stories of white lights, tunnels, and encounters with loved ones spark debates about the mind's resilience. Existential philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Martin Heidegger viewed death as a fundamental aspect of the human condition. For Sartre, death was the ultimate absurdity. The interpersonal projects and meaning-making activities. Heidegger, on the other hand, saw death as a moment of authenticity, a confrontation with our finite existence. So what happens after we die? The truth is, no one knows for certain. But perhaps the real value lies in the question itself. It forces us to reflect on our lives, our relationships, and our purpose. In the end, the man at the graveyard finds solace in his rituals. The act of remembering and honoring the dead is a way of keeping them alive in our hearts and minds. It's a testament to the enduring human spirit, our quest for meaning, and our hope for something beyond this life. Whether we find answers in religion, philosophy, science, or personal belief, the journey to understanding what happens after we die is a deeply personal one. And maybe, just maybe, it's the journey itself that holds the most profound truth. On other occasions, he has brought along friends to accompany him home. Wailing is something he does with great emotion. You left just as I had received you. Right from the hospital bed, you appeared and then left with your mother. I am left alone in this world, as the elegant bird with vibrant plumage descends gracefully onto the weathered wooden cross sign located in the top right-hand corner. A gentle breeze with a soothing whisper caresses the surrounding landscape at a speed of 5 miles per hour. With a delicate flutter, the bird releases a collection of vibrant flowers, and the playful dance of the wind swiftly sweeps them away, carried off to an unknown destination. The scene depicts a woman wearing a stylish black sleeveless top that complements her blue skirt adorned with delicate white polka dots. She exudes warmth as she holds the hands of 2 children who appear to be siblings, with a tender and reassuring grip. As they stroll towards the yard, the woman stands in the middle, her graceful posture making her the tallest among the group. The children, one on each side, are dressed in contrasting yet complementary outfits. On the right, a girl dons a striking red dress paired with black trousers, slightly surpassing the boy's height on the left. The boy looks sharp, attiring his white shirt and dark grey trousers. In the background, the wind elegantly sweeps through the air, causing the dry leaves to swirl and dance upon the ground, adding a touch of whimsy to the serene scene. As they stand in their uniform, kneeling and paying their respects, each individual carefully places their bouquet on the ground before the statue. The inscription on the statue reads 1537, 1931. The trees sway gracefully in response to the gentle, harmonious melodies carried by the wind from all directions. As I looked around, I noticed a gathering of people, each holding a bouquet, slowly approaching a large wooden cross. It seemed surreal, as if I could not trust my eyes. In the distance, a massive fire blazed, casting an eerie glow over the scene. It was like a colossal object had plummeted from the sky, leaving a gaping hole, with flames and smoke billowing out. Despite this, the people seemed unfazed, focusing solely on their tasks. I could not help but wonder if they were oblivious to the danger or simply unafraid. Overwhelmed with curiosity, I counted each person and observed their actions, my finger growing weary, my mind racing with unanswered questions. "This is also strange," I murmured, unable to tear my gaze away. As I meticulously counted each person, I found myself unable to finish, as if they were somehow multiplying before my eyes as I counted. As I wandered among the tombstones, I became so absorbed in my thoughts that I no longer cared about the counting. Suddenly, I felt a presence behind me, and when I turned around, I saw myself. My heart raced with fear, and I fled, desperately seeking a hiding place, only to re-encounter my reflection. I closed my eyes, hoping to escape the sight, but when I opened them, my doppelganger was still there. My other self beckoned me to follow, promising to show me something. Trembling with fear, I followed. Then my double pointed to a gravestone and said, "That is you." I protested, "But that person is not breathing. That cannot be me. Am I dead? Where am I?" "I cannot answer that question, but you must return. Close your eyes, sleep, and only wake up when you hear my voice calling you," my other self instructed. I complied and drifted into a restless sleep, but heard nothing and fell into a deep slumber. When I awoke, I was in a cemetery with no one else in sight. I drifted back to sleep and found myself immersed in a vivid dream. In this dream, I perceived a clear distinction between individuals in the physical world and those in the spiritual realm. Moreover, I discovered a peculiar truth. Our judgment is inherently within us. When a soul strays from the path of righteousness, it faces judgment alongside Satan. Conversely, God embraces a righteous soul and can let the soul reincarnate in another body. For instance, Elijah was reincarnated as John the Baptist, while God incarnated in the human body as Jesus Christ. In the book of Genesis, angels took human form, married mortal women, and bore children. In the metaphysical world, our human perception has a limitation in seeing what is invisible and intangible. However, in the realm of the invisible and spiritual, a reality exists beyond our immediate senses. When individuals depart from their physical bodies, they retain the ability to perceive the world they have left behind. During our pre-life existence as souls, we comprehensively understood the physical world and could perceive everything. A singular beginning at conception does not confine our lives to an end in earthly existence. Our lives continue into the afterlife. In the afterlife, I could see my loved ones close to me the following day. Our departed loved ones are constantly present, walking alongside us, as our lives remain interconnected and unbroken. Believers hold that God unites us as families in the pre-life, earthly life, and afterlife. When a righteous soul departs from the physical body and returns to God, there are instances where God can send it back to earth to inhabit another body in a different form. There is no clear distinction between our pre-life and afterlife in the grand scheme of existence. The main difference lies in how we navigate and overcome the challenges of earthly life, which determines our fate in the afterlife. Suppose we lead a virtuous life, abiding by the laws of nature and the constitutions of our countries, showing respect to our parents and elders, practicing love and compassion towards our neighbors as we do towards ourselves, and wholeheartedly loving God with all our soul and strength. In that case, we can look forward to a positive outcome in the afterlife. Thank you for joining me on this exploration. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.